Hello, welcome to another Near Running Cast. As always, my name is Johno, and he's done well enough to get invited back. It's Joey. How are you doing, Joey?
Not too bad, thank you.
And we're excited today because we are into the Elimination rounds of the UK Nationals, which took place in the UK Games Expo in Birmingham in May. And in our first game, we've got Seamus, who we have not yet seen, but we both met on the day. It was very nice. On the left, playing his kit deck, which is an interesting watch for sure. And on the right, we've got Andrew Xenasis Hynes, who we have seen previously from the Oxford Regional, for instance, piloting his pretty good, it's fair to say, RP deck. Joey, Andrew was the higher seed at this point, and he chose this matchup as opposed to his Kate against Blue Sun. Was that a good choice?
I don't know, maybe a lot of players will choose, he thinks his Kate has probably done better throughout the day, maybe he's choosing to go for his weak side to hope to get a Kate when he has a worse matchup with RP later on. That's often something that the people, if you're going to win the tournament, you have to play both sides. So sometimes people choose to play their weaker side if they think they can win the game, just so that they get the stronger matchup, because RP does have weak matchups.
You think he should play the weaker side first? I mean, Kate against Blue Sun, I guess, is not bad as far as matchups go, but maybe he didn't know what to expect from this kit deck. Maybe he just had more confidence in RP, I don't know. He might feel like more confident as an RP player than as a Kate player? I don't really know.
Sure, I think RP is quite a good matchup against Kit. I mean, they tend to build quite deep servers, which Kit doesn't like.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. And obviously being able to force Kit to run, Kit's ability is basically blank, of course, for the remotes, as soon as you've asked for the essentials. So,
that's true, this is a terribly good matchup for RP, actually, because the one-run Kit style doesn't really work on the remote. You have to bounce off essential.
Yeah, that's right,
which blanks Kit's ability, so yeah. Never thought about that.
So, and Kit is an interesting choice. I doubt it was the only kit on the day, but suffice to say it was by far the highest ranked of the kits on the day.
Yeah, for sure.
There can't have been more, I don't know. I don't know of another one, but there must have been a couple.
Didn't make the cut, I don't think.
No,
this must have been the only cut. With so much Kate around, it's hard to justify another shaper right now. We've seen a few other shapers, but you have to do something really different, and I think Seamus pilots this deck phenomenally, and we're going to see that. So.
Yeah.
And it does throw a bit of a curveball. People don't quite know what you're going to do. Probably have a good code gate breaker.
Yeah,
would be a guess.
So, to the actual game so far then, and Xenasis has obviously iced up HQ R&D, and he set up a Sunju in a 2-ice remote. Obviously, getting his economy off to a good start.
Yeah, really good start for RP.
But it looks, I guess that means that when he starts getting the agendas, he's going to trash the Sunju.
Yeah, that's his scoring server, but I mean, RP wants to wait a while before they start scoring.
You wouldn't be tempted to have two remotes, a scoring remote and a somewhat less heavily defended Sunju remote?
Sure. Maybe not double-iced. Maybe a single-iced Sunju remote later, but your double-iced remote is going to be a scoring server. You just got to make sure that Sunju ticks over enough so that you can res all your ice, you have enough of a buffer for side games.
Yeah, you get a few turns.
You can get things down, but you can still start putting Caprice in there, I was about to say putting Batty in there, but that wasn't an option, was it?
No, so that's true. This was what's it called? Chrome City, which means it's pre-Batty. Yeah. We've now seen that Seamus has put down Refractor and Ghost Runner. So
we know what his code gate solution is.
Yeah, well that's it. And I think one of the strengths of Kit, and one of the reasons it's maybe underrated, is because it lets you be very aggressive very early, because you know you're going to face code gates. You only need to get one breaker and you can be quite aggressive. So this Refractor, he can, it's a pop, but he can be very aggressive with HQ, for instance, playing some maybe out of faction HQ events. Even our R&D, if he can find out what that inside ice is, he might feel more confident about it. And I think double icing, seems obvious to say, is very important against Kit.
But as we've already mentioned, the RP ability in itself already doing work as far as protecting this Sunju is concerned.
That's true.
He can't use his Kit ability.
That's true. This Eli can never be a code gate.
Can never be a code gate. And this tinkering paintbrush, you might see him.
Well, yeah, that's true. Maybe.
He's got an SMC as well. He's going to have solutions to the other ice types as well. But.
So Andrew seems happy to just install more ice on R&D and continue to take his Sunju and mental health money. Seamus has already tried to go after the Sunju. Do you go more aggressively on the two assets?
Possibly. To click through that Eli's going to take a whole turn. He's not super rich right now, but nor Xenasis, so maybe it's a good time to go after the Sunju. You can certainly go after the mental health clinic as well.
Yeah, that's true. And Corridor, I guess, will help him get through the Eli. Be interesting to see what's behind it.
Yeah.
I I'd say it's not likely to be a sentry. I mean, it's probably going to be if it's taxing, it'll be a toll booth or something. Or
Sure.
yeah, I don't know.
Thing with Eli though is 4 credits. Bro, 4 credits.
Yeah, that's true.
To trash economy for them, I mean, it sets you back a long way. But at least he's got Procos ticking over. He's getting his money. Hopefully, if he's going for a stealth style rig, he won't need too much money later on.
Well, I've had some practice, obviously since this. I've had practice with a Haley stealth deck, and barriers are the worst.
Barriers are the worst. Yeah.
So it's got refractor and switchblade, and anything but barriers is fine. Just glides through them. Okay, so toll booth is not the end of the world. I mean, you can break it pretty easily with refractor actually,
Yeah,
but it's the 3 credits.
Yeah.
It's annoying. And obviously it also protects pup, I guess. I don't know, from becoming a code gate. So can get in. It's a long way to go for 1 card, I guess, but finding out what's there is useful.
Yeah, Xenasis is down
expect
to 1
3 Maker's
credit,
Eye.
so
That's true. Yeah.
2 credits now. So it's
So he actually let the run end. So we could have got in.
Yeah.
So not to. I guess perhaps he was worried about seeing an NAPD. He thought he'd just keep his money.
Yeah, 4 credits for a card. I mean, he got through the toll booth relatively cheap. He then saw a pup and thought, might as well keep going. And Eli was just like a little bit too expensive, I think.
Yeah, maybe the information was what he was after, or maybe he was just trying to get RP to spend some money, although he hasn't exactly cut off the economy.
Yeah. It always comes back. You've got to go after those assets, otherwise the money just rolls in.
So we're going to assume that's Caprice next to Sunju then? Could be an Ash,
Yeah,
I
it could be an
believe. I believe Andrew had an Ash. 1 of
Maybe
Ash on the
one,
day, yeah. And obviously it goes with Caprice if you feeling extra mean.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Just the worst.
So mean. I mean, as a noise player against RP, I don't go for the remotes. There's no point even icing them. I'm like, you win on the centrals, so because you're never getting in there. You're like, Caprice into Ash, you're good. You have that.
Yeah.
I'll try and win before that becomes a problem.
I don't think that's as true of Kit. I feel like,
maybe not.
and it looks like Andrew knows this too. I feel like Shapers are going to win in R&D. I mean, it's going to be.
So there we go, single eye Sunju.
But I guess the second one is less important to go after because he's still going to have 1. So yeah.
5 credits a turn. I mean, he's still not. 14 credits isn't enough to be resing all your ice and scoring.
A lot of it is resed, but yeah, it's the side games and the cost of advancing.
Yeah. So he needs once those Sunjus take over a few more turns, then there's no point in going from there. So. Trash is Caprice.
So he sees Caprice, and I think Jackson, I guess, he's kind of in charge of his own draw, so leaving it makes sense. So he only had 3 credits. But I like the timing of the legwork. He saw that the second Sunju went down. Maybe Andrew's going to feel more confident about trashing that first Sunju to get an agenda through. So, Seamus doesn't want to get cheated. He wants to find out for sure if there's an agenda.
I think at this point, any agendas that come down, any agendas that make it to hand are going to start being scored now. So now's the time to check that hand and flush it out. So I think that was definitely a good legwork play.
Yeah, and he bankrupts himself to trash the second Sunju, which is interesting, but I like it because it means that he's not going to trash the first one, but it means that when Andrew eventually has to, he's going to cut off his own economy. So it makes a kind of sense.
So he's digging now. I think
he's looking for the agenda.
He's looking for the agenda, yeah.
I think he would have liked to have it,
Because Seamus is on 1 credit. As soon as he builds his economy back up, it's going to get harder for Xenasis to score here.
He's got Katie money hanging around, and I mean, with Ghost Runner and Stealth Breakers, you can always get in. But
modded to dagger, so he trashes SMC.
I guess he doesn't need it anymore. He might have, say, 1 of plot, something like that, but he's not going to need it.
So he's fully set up now. He's got money coming in from Katie.
Okay, so the Sunju gets trashed, so this has got to be an agenda, right? It's got to be a Nisei, okay. Presumably it's a Nisei. If it's an NAPD, he can score it perfectly safely, but if he's drawn the Nisei, he wants to get that out first.
I think what Seamus needs to make sure this turn is that even if he doesn't score it, he can pretty much bankrupt Xenasis in order to make him not score it. Raising that ice, playing a side game.
He can hit HQ and then, try a few times on that remote. And if he has the stealth support to break, well, okay, as I say, in stealth decks, barriers are just the worst. and Eli is annoying. If he can afford to break the Eli multiple times and, you know, the stealth support to break the other ice multiple times, he could really pressure economically, but...
Looks like he's going to get one go at this, though.
Yeah, so he took credits and then he saw gamble. So he's running on click 3 on HQ.
Yeah.
I didn't actually see what he accessed there because of how he grabbed it out of the hand. But he's going to try once to run the remote.
So if this is a Caprice, I mean, maybe Xenasis saves his money and just relies on the Caprice game. Because he's only going to get that one go at it.
I don't know, what if you lose? What if it's a Nisei? If you,
That's
you,
a 1 in 3.
guarantee
You've got
it,
to take,
right?
you've got to take those chances. But I think the credit downswing is going to be more for Xenasis here because Seamus can bounce back with Katie. Andrew's has lost his Sun Juice, so he's down to a mental health clinic for his money.
That's true, yeah. He still does have the drip, but, you know, I guess he could go after it if he wanted. So we get no res from Andrews, so Correda breaks the Eli, and no res also on the inside ice.
He's going to try and rely on the Caprice game if it is a
thinking
Caprice.
about it. I'm giving it away, but he doesn't res the inside ice.
Yeah. No, I like that, because if he goes poor to score this agenda, then I think HQ's wide open, and Seamus just has to start picking the agendas up then, while you try to build back up. Try and get another Sunju online, so on and so forth. Oh, it's an Ash.
Okay, so
That's
it's an Ash in the remote.
another reason not to spend your money.
So it's an Ash in the remote, which means that he's got 14 to 13, so he's confident about the trace. But he wants to keep the money available to advance, right? So
yeah, it's expensive.
It is expensive, and obviously Kit has no link. Another reason to play Kate instead. Seamus, what are you thinking? So Ash's base strength 4, and he spends 12. Now he misstates it, so it's total strength of 16, which means that, and I'm going to say it, Seamus can get in because he has Ghost Runner credits. Now Andrew actually misstated it as 20, which meant he believed he couldn't get it in, but. And knowing it's a Nisei that it was defending, would you have considered going for it? Would you be like, he's really tried to defend it, it could be a Nisei, and you could get it?
I think I'd rather have the 10
spent some
credits.
Ghost credits. Okay, alright. But he's got a Nisei now.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
It's the worst because 0 credits.
He does have 0, that's true.
You trash the mental health clinic, he's got no money.
Yeah,
and
Future Perfects don't protect themselves, yeah.
Yeah.
And well, there you go. So you got Future Perfect.
I mean, if he has no money here, if he loses those Ghost Runner credits, that turns his dagger offline. He's still got the lockpick, so that's something.
But he would have been bankrupted anyway, right? I guess no, he would have had 3 credits, you're right, because he wouldn't have actually scored out the Nisei. He would have done something else with those 3 clicks. So, okay, maybe you're right. Maybe it turns out
I just think right now, yes, he's got Nisei, and people always say when the Nisei scored, you've already lost the game. But
I said that.
That's not always the case, and when you've got no money and only a
that's
pup
true. Yeah, 0 credits.
HQ,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Seamus is looking pretty good here now. He's 3 to 2 up. Yeah, a Nisei counter's worth another 2 points maybe, but he can't protect. He can't protect even with a Nisei counter in that remote now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So he's
just running again.
He's thrown something down with 2 credits. So I mean. Caprice, or do you reckon this is an agenda bluff?
It could be get this out my hand because he's checking it every turn.
Yeah. I mean, he can't score if it is an agenda, but he's obviously.
I love how he's getting through pup for lockpick credits.
Yeah, well, he can break the pup, right? Might as well. Yeah.
Trashing the mental health connect.
Yeah,
Good
he's trashing the mental health.
Yeah. And not clicking Katie.
Yes, so that's right. So now he's really got Andrew's economy on the ropes, and. You know, he was in such a strong position at the start with the 2 Sunjus and the mental health. Yeah, so it's been quite an impressive kind of economic pressure, and the stealth rig helps with that because it means you're mostly just paying money for, you know, trash costs and stuff. You don't need so much money to actually pay for the breakers. You need the hardware and the kind of resource support to pay for it, but not the actual economy.
Yeah, no, it's just KT and Proco is enough to keep essentially paying for your Corroder, and apart from that, I think it's gonna be hard for Xenasis to build a server that he can't get into now without relying on Caprice and Ash. But even Ash now, I think he's not going to have the money to really use Ash to score, so he's going to rely on Nisei counters, on Caprices.
Yeah, I think you're right. It now becomes he can't lock out Kit, so it now becomes a game of using side games to win.
Yeah.
He's now playing for side games. Now, obviously, the Nisei counter helps him get as many of them as he can. Get some, real legs. Should he lose one? But yeah, it's about getting the caprice down and the agenda down and having the spare credits. So yeah, it's tough. So probably pop isn't exactly what you want as a second Arsenal HQ, but I guess it's just adding a little bit of taxation.
Well, when you've only got 3 credits, it's one of the better
Yeah,
things
that's
you
true.
can have.
Yeah, it's better than something you can't raise. That's true.
Cheaper than an Enigma for him to get through as well.
So once again, access is something not important, but I didn't see what it was. And Dirty Laundries. So he actually made money out of it, So and Daily Cast as well. So he's got the economy kind of
set. He just really needs to keep the pressure up at this point.
That's right. And if that's what I'd say. If Sanji goes down, he can pressure it, right? I mean, and you feel like he should.
So you said you've been playing a lot of stealth with Haley. I think, is this the best point of the game for you, sort of this mid-game section, before they could stack like 3 barriers or like 3 sentries deep, but after you've actually got set up, this is the time to go?
Yeah, it's difficult to say. If this, my Haley was kind of all R&D interfaces and no Maker's Eyes, so it was more about kind of getting all of its various hardware down, and then just pressuring R&D every couple of turns, hitting R&D, because it's a Maker's Eye every couple of turns, right? So if it were my deck at this point, then I would be happy to build up for a turn and then attack for a turn, and build up for a turn, attack for a turn, knowing that I can get multi-access, so I have a lock. It might be different if he's got event-based. He can't lock R&D, right? So he can't check it every turn.
But the fact that he's managed to get set up without losing the game, which against RP is going to happen more often than not, that means that you're in a good state with the stealth. You've got a super efficient way of getting in set up. Yeah, he hasn't got any permanent multi-access. But
I think he's happy to. Try and pick stuff off out of HQ. He knows that Andrew's not really in a position to easily score any agendas he draws. He's drawing for solutions, but he's as likely to get agendas. So maybe he's happy to. In fact, you can see he's got legwork in hand. Maybe he's happy to kind of keep the pressure on HQ. Or maybe he's trying to build up, knowing that eventually he's going to have to run this remote, and he's going to have to win maybe a couple of side game.
I can't see a position in the near future where Seamus can't challenge this remote.
That's true, and it's going to be, if anything, it's going to be Caprice that does it.
There's another 9 credits on Katie. Xenasis is having to build his economy back up the slow way.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so he's got the head start. Okay, and so here's a legwork. And I think I like this.
I fancy his chances
because he feels like he's got. It's been a few turns. He's been drawing. He's been drawing cards, but not playing them. So
checked archives.
Yeah, that's true.
Turns go. There is a few more cards in there now, though.
Okay, so you got an Nisei. Yeah. And Future Perfect. Okay, all right. So yeah, it's going to be for the game. I mean, he's not bankrupt, so it's going to be
super fast there from Seamus, straight out.
Yeah, Seamus had a very kind of
with his cufflinks, his lovely shirt. That's yeah.
That's true. We haven't commented how well dressed he was.
Yeah, he's phenomenally well dressed.
So so he lost that, but he knows it's in there, and he did get a Nisei, which is good because I guess there was a risk of a Nisei train.
Yeah.
If Andrew might be able to get it down with the Caprice and
Even if Andrew uses his current Nisei token to score that Future Perfect, he still has the problem of the last 2 points without a Nisei.
Yeah.
So right. You really want to be chaining the Nisei.
Because of his lockpicks and the fact that he's using Refractor, Seamus can break the first pop for nothing. So he's paying 2 credits to check HQ. He might as well do it every turn until something happens, Especially if he knows there's a Future Perfect in there. That's not going to go down soon. And anything that does go down, he can challenge it. So
you can check it, then you can trash this mental health connect, keep pressure on Andrew to keep his money down. If I'm Andrew right now, I'm trying to think how do I score out? And I think Caprice is your best. Best bet.
It's Caprice and the Nisei counter. That's how you do it. You need to get lucky. You need to have it and get it down with an agenda. But there's a lot of luck there, He had Jackson that gave him some kind of selected draws earlier. Maybe if he's got another one of them, that might help him out a little bit. But he needs a little bit of fortune with side games at least. Oh, and it's Hades for the win. Okay,
so it needs to be a side game.
It turns out there are other agendas. So that's right. So what was it? Speculative HQ run. He was probably just kind of checking for the sake of checking. It wasn't even a legwork or anything like that. So. He just thought he'd check HQ, might as well. Got a free click, and he pulled it because Andrew obviously had a couple of agendas in hand.
Sure, been building up. You see, his scoring window totally disappeared when he scored that Nisei. from that point on, the agendas were going to start accumulating because he couldn't afford to put them down.
Yeah, so that's right. I think in many ways the fact that it was an Ash, not a Caprice, worked against him because if that had been a Caprice, then it
cost you at most.
It's
4
a coin
credits.
flip, but it's a cheap coin flip. And Ash, you can lock him out, but the cost of doing so, he wasn't far enough ahead economically to convincingly win that. He won it, but he didn't win the kind of fallout of it. So he wasn't in an economically strong enough position to capitalise on it, I guess.
Yeah, and I think also, he didn't have to put all of his money into the ashtrays. He left it so that he scored exactly and ended with 0. Like, he could have also just put some money in it, maybe enough to leave so he couldn't score an NAPD, or maybe even just put some money into it and ask the question.
Yeah, maybe. So obviously, as I say, he misstated it, and I'm not going to blame Andrew for that. It was a long day. It's a long day.
This is eighth game.
Easily could have just miscounted.
Game or something.
But if it had been, say, 10, I think Seamus had 13 credits at the time. If it had been, say, 10, then would you have, as Seamus, would you spend all but 3 credits to have a look?
No. The fact that never, no.
No? Because it might be an NAPD?
Yeah, and it's likely to be an NAPD.
Because that was the amount paid? Is that a kind of
that was the amount paid
bluffing the trace
would help it, but also
yeah, maybe.
You got to ask yourself, at what cost do you score this? Maybe Xenasis raises some more ice on that turn, knowing that it's an Ash to help balance the credits, but maybe the ice was the sort that cost Seamus no money and cost Andrew a lot of money. So.
I guess I worried that the ice was ice that would be more expensive for Andrew to res than for Seamus to break. Probably because of the fact that it was a stealth rig. Yeah, if it was anything but a barrier, that's probably true.
Yeah, but from that, he scored the Nisei, and that is a great place to be as RP, but he just never bounced back economically to get another score situation. And Seamus did the right thing, trashing all the economy assets after that point, keeping him poor,
he saw the
on.
opportunity. Yeah.
So it was really well played. Both players, both good players. So,
yeah, that's true. Yes, and it was quite an interesting game. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was an interesting game.
Interesting game.
There's no more to say. Yeah. So let's see what happened to both of them. Okay, well, Seamus obviously moved into the winners bracket, and Andrew dropped into the losers bracket. We actually will not see Andrew again because he lost his second game against a guy called Alan, who I don't know. I've got no knowledge about that game whatsoever, I'm afraid. So he dropped out. But Seamus stayed in, and we will see him again.
We will see Seamus again.
Okay, but in the next game, we have Tagore. Now, we both know Tagore. He's obviously London.
Tagore's local-ish to us. He's London.
Yeah,
we're Reading.
Local-ish. Yeah, sure.
The south of England.
Yeah, he is known anyway in the UK community.
Yeah.
And
big Thrones player as well before Netrunner.
Oh, was that true? I didn't know that. Okay, well, I've got no interest in that.
I think he's ex-UK national champion, or at least regional champions and stuff in Thrones.
That's right. Oh, right. I didn't know that. Okay, so he's playing Kate. I believe he was playing Kate. He's playing his runner deck anyway, playing Kate on the day.
In my head, you said playing Kate. I was like, he was playing someone called Kate.
No, sorry,
I remember who made the cut called Kate, and I was like, no, of course.
So he was playing against Mark, who I think was from Spain.
Spanish, Mark, he's Spanish. Yeah.
He was playing his NEH deck.
Sure.
So that was fairly interesting matchup.
Looking forward to it.
I don't know now. We've obviously talked in the past. We didn't get anywhere near the top tables, so we haven't played these guys. But you have maybe played Tagore in the past, and
he plays a lot of Wayland.
Does he play a lot of Kate?
I don't know. All I remember about Tagore is he plays a lot of Wayland. So
okay, all right.
Runner-wise, I know he thinks Kate's the best, and she probably is, and definitely at this point the best runner deck out there.
Yeah, so I guess my question is he someone who plays Kate a lot, or is he one of those people who plays something else but decided that Kate was obviously the best deck?
I don't think he picked it up just for this tournament.
Okay,
he'd been using Kate
because I think there were a lot of people who did do that.
Sure, and that isn't the best way to go either. Like, I wasn't going to go to Kate because I'm better at piloting Anarch, and I think that's it goes. How good are you at playing the deck is above how good the deck is in inverted commas. Like, how good is the deck on its own? And if you happen to be very good at piloting a very good deck, then you have a very good chance of winning that game. So, so to make it to the cut, I assume he knows how to play his Kate. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So I've actually got So Tagore was actually 11 and 3 from the Swiss. Now I don't have the details about which size was which, but
7 rounds. That's 3 losses, and he was playing Wayland. And
Mark was 10 wins. Yeah. 10 so wins, you may remember 9.5 wins was the cut.
9.5, sure.
Our good friend Laurie missed the cut with 9 wins, if I recall correctly.
I also missed the cut on 9 wins.
Oh, you missed the cut? Oh, I didn't realise you got so close. Okay, all right.
Yeah, 9 wins and like and really good strength of schedule as well. So I was about, I think, 18th, 19th.
Yeah, okay.
For a top 16 cut. Wow. Roy was exactly 17th. His strength of schedule was above me. So
that's Scott hurt. I didn't have to worry about such things.
no.
Yeah. Okay. Great. All right. So so the next game we're gonna have to get to go against Mark. That's actually quite an interesting game.
Sweet. Looking forward to it.
We'll say no more.
Good.
So thank you, Joe, for helping me out with this video.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for watching. And we'll see you next time.